The views and opinions heard on You Talking Good are not necessarily the principles or practices of Pastor Galen Leverett and the Greater House of Prayer Church.
Good evening, everyone. Good afternoon. Good morning.
Good evening.
We are back. We're back. Did you miss us?
Did you?
We missed you guys so much.
Bunch.
Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe because here we are. It's your girl, Evangelist Deborah Leverett, with another episode with my incredible co-host, Minister Cheryl Fowler.
Hello.
God, I'm telling you, we took a little spring break,
yes,
right?
We did.
So that we can come back with some incredible episodes.
Yes.
But we're going to always tell you to like, share, and subscribe.
Absolutely.
You know where we are: Pandora, iHeartRadio, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon Music,
Yep.
And we love our followers, and we want to wish all of our followers who are mothers and grandmothers and aunties happy
Mother's Day.
Happy Mother's Day.
Absolutely.
Look.
I believe every day is Mother's Day. We should celebrate our mothers, or women who have been like our mothers. We should celebrate them every day.
Girl, you talking good.
You better
Don't you play with me.
know
Don't
it.
you play with me.
Absolutely.
You know how I feel about Mother's Day.
Absolutely.
You don't
I
get
do.
but one.
You only get
You
one.
don't get but one.
Absolutely.
I'll always love my mama. Who wrote that? Who wrote that, Miss Fowler?
Wait a minute.
I'm going to let her meditate on it. Look, if you don't have any place to take your mom for Mother's Day, take them to church, take them to lunch, take them to brunch, take them to dinner. Look, maybe you don't have any money. I've been there where
Absolutely.
funds were a little funny, little low, whatever. Get a card. Guess what? And write a heartfelt message on the inside. I know people don't write letters anymore because everybody's sending text messages and all of that kind of stuff and DMs and IMs. Guess what? You need to write a heartfelt message to your mother, to your grandmother, to your auntie in a card. When you come into my office, if you ever have a chance to swing by, you're going to see that my window is just cascading with cards. And a lot of these cards, people have expressed their genuine gratitude and appreciation. And you never know.
Absolutely.
People don't know how you really feel about them until you tell them. Some people are not good in the spoken, in the verbal, right? So put it in a card, write it all out. Write a beautiful letter and put it on the inside of a card. Get a single rose. Just, go get a plant, something. Now, wait a minute. First of all, let's keep it a buck.
Keep it a buck.
Mother's Day comes the same time every year.
Every year.
Is it different on the calendar every year? Or no, it's the same time?
It's the same time.
You could have been setting
Every
aside
year.
some coins.
Some coins.
Okay? Don't wait to the last minute.
Oh,
I know you
please
may not
don't.
get paid until that Friday.
Absolutely.
But don't wait to the last minute. Get something.
Absolutely. You can find John, Mary, Joseph. You can find them all out here. They're selling baskets.
Girl, they be on the corner.
Oh my
They
goodness.
be on the sidewalk.
You can find last
They be selling stuff out the trunk of their car.
Absolutely.
Don't you mess with them here in Chicago.
There is no excuse.
So look, I don't care where you are. Ohio, Alabama, Texas, Las
Louis,
Vegas, wherever you are.
Montana,
Stop.
Wyoming.
Pump your brakes.
Absolutely.
And get that special mother figure, whoever, because some dads are operating as mothers, right? That special mother, get them something to let them know that you love them, you appreciate them,
Indeed.
and they are important to you.
Well, guess what? Here's what I've done. I think I mailed out 16 Mother's Day cards.
I believe it.
And I have to send my mother to my a mother to me, who is my father's
I like that
wife.
idea.
I send her to. Why? Because one just doesn't say enough.
Okay.
It doesn't. And I always stick little tokens in
That's
and send
lovely.
other gifts along to them, because I know I want them to feel loved and appreciated.
I love my aunts so much, all of them. And so I like that idea.
Absolutely.
I like that idea. Thank you so much for that.
Absolutely.
So look, get something, do something, write something. Bring some sunshine to somebody's Mother's Day.
Yes, please do.
we're getting ready now for some very interesting topics. Some of it might be a little controversial. That's okay. But put in your comments. Put your comments in. We're going to respond to them.
Absolutely.
And I wanted to surprise Minister Fowler and let her know I found something that we can add to the podcast. It's called You've Got Mail. And so then people can actually type in their comments in the email, and we'll be able to read the emails while we're actually doing the show. So
that is awesome.
We're going to have that ready for you probably in the next week, the next episode or two, but you're going to be able to actually participate. So exciting things are happening.
Absolutely.
Well, You Talking Good is back in field. What we talking about? What we talking about?
Today, my favorite friends out there in TV land, guess what we're going to talk about?
What?
The people we call friends.
See, Minister, well, first of all, if you remember, we left off at this juncture where potatoes were my friend.
Correct.
You remember that?
Yes.
They were my best friend.
Absolutely.
And I do have a praise report because of that, it made me look at the whole potato experience, that relationship.
Absolutely.
It made me look at it differently. So now I haven't given up potatoes completely.
Okay.
I'm not on that. I'm not even gonna lie. But I am like that. I had an unhealthy relationship
Gotcha.
with them. And so now I'm realizing that and I'm looking at everything differently. If I go through a day and I don't have any, I'm not tripping. You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
It's okay. It's
Gotcha.
okay. And I'm not looking to have them at every single meal.
So you've scaled that potato craving.
I brought it from here, bop, 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 bop.
Wow.
Okay? I brought it down.
So how do you feel physically? Or do you feel a little more healthy?
I feel a little bit more in control.
Gotcha.
Because it was definitely out of control. Let's keep it 100. Let's keep it a buck.
Okay.
It was out of control.
Okay. And so have you found a healthier substitute?
I knew you were going to ask me that.
course.
So no, I don't want to replace it with anything.
Gotcha.
Because if I replace it with something, then, you know what I'm saying? It's just like a breakup.
Okay.
You don't need to jump on the next bandwagon that comes along. Because you're still vulnerable. You see what I'm saying? You're going too fast. You're doing too much. You need to heal first.
Gotcha.
So no, I haven't found a behavioral or an addictive substance. No, I'm just taking it one day at a time.
Okay.
And I'm saying, okay, didn't have potatoes yesterday. I'm not crying about it. It'll be okay. What are we going to do today? And I'm looking at everything. Now, I'm not doing the whole plate meal, healthy.
Okay.
I'm not doing that. But I do look and say, more potatoes. Okay, you're losing me. There's too many. And I'm moving forward with
Gotcha.
that.
Now, are you eating more vegetables? Maybe? Kind of?
So let me say this. It's spring and summer.
Absolutely.
We're heading in that direction.
Absolutely.
And the producer even asked me, why you got that on? It's spring and summer. Girl, I'm celebrating Cinco de Mayo. Leave me alone, okay?
Yes, Cinco de Mayo.
We'll talk about Cinco de Mayo in just a second. But
Sure.
I like salads in the spring and the summer.
Yes.
I like
yes.
fruits in the spring and the summer.
Absolutely.
Okay?
Okay.
So that's the page I'm on. But
That
I
is
did have,
awesome.
I had steak tacos for Cinco de Mayo. Am I supposed to have that? I'm really not even sure.
You know what? Yeah,
I'm really
I
not
can
even
see
sure.
that. I can see that. That
Okay.
is acceptable.
I don't even know. So we probably need to educate people on Cinco de Mayo, even though it's over. By the time you're viewing this, it's already over. But you probably don't know a lot about Cinco de Mayo. Put it in the comments. If you know something about Cinco de Mayo, put it in the comments. We want to see what you know. Today's quiz. What do you know about Cinco de Mayo?
Let's see if you can pass that quiz.
Okay, so friends.
Yes, the people we call friends. You know, Houdini, wonderful group. 3-man, I'll call it a trio from New York City, had a fabulous song out. Friends, how many of us have them? Friends.
We do not own the copyrights to this song.
Ones we can depend on. Let's be friends is the word we use every day. Most of the time we use it in the wrong way. You can look the word up again and again, but the dictionary doesn't know the meaning of friends. That's really the
You're
first.
scaring me, Minister Fowler.
Hey.
You're an expert on every doggone subject.
Well, I'm
You're
not so
scaring
sure.
me.
I'm not so sure
Yes,
I would
you
call me an
are.
expert.
Yes, you are.
It's just that song. You go out there, you can pull it up on YouTube. Pull it up. it is as relevant today as it was when it first came out.
But your brain, your ability to memorize things, it's fascinating.
Appreciate that. Thank you.
It is.
Thank you. Thank you. I've had to use today that friends, I had to reflect on the people that I call friends.
You have a lot of friends?
Actually, no. But the few that have been in my life, or the several, I should say, that have been in my life well over 30 years, suddenly stabbed me in the back.
Lord Jesus, something must have happened. Okay, Minister Fowler, what
absolute.
happened? What happened? Tell us all what happened.
So listen, this particular friend, I've always kept in touch with this friend, have helped this friend out. She's needed money, all of that. Unfortunately for me, she has decided that she wants to communicate with my ex. That's not the problem because I don't have any connection or ties to my ex emotionally. So I'm not upset about that. However, what I am upset about, or should I say it took me aback, this particular friend decided to call me on the phone, yak with me like she's never yacked before, recorded our entire conversation,
Girl, I can't.
took the entire conversation back.
I can't. You talking good, followers? I can't.
And played it back for my ex.
Well, like, was this a joke?
No, this was the real thing.
So how do you know it was recorded?
Because my ex called me and shared with me, now I know how you really feel about me.
Oh, snap.
And I couldn't for the life of me on last evening figure out what she could have been talking about.
My God.
And I really tried to deny it in a way of, hey, if you didn't hear me, I didn't say it. However,
I'm done.
She
I'm done.
hit-
We can end the podcast right here. I'm done.
she hit the playback button. And there my voice was.
Baby.
Even though I thought I was venting to my friend.
Oh.
So now we're going with that word of the week, loyalty. Where was the loyalty? The loyalty never really existed because it seems as if I was more of a friend in 33 years than that person was to me.
Boop, 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 boop. We're going to have to push the pause button. Okay, let's slow down.
Oh,
Because
absolutely.
this is a lot of categories.
I'm just trying
We
to
got
tell
a lot
you.
of. I should have been taking notes, but my head was spinning. Once you went to the recording, you lost me on that. I was like, let me tell you. Okay, so first of all, we'll talk about the recording. That's first thing.
Absolutely.
Then we have to talk about the repeat. The repeat, honey. The repeat and the playback. Okay. And then we're going to talk about the Big L. Because I have a lot to say about the Big L.
Absolutely.
So now let me say this. The venting. Put it in the comment section.
Absolutely.
Do you have people that you vent to? Because I don't. I don't have, and I teach the people here when I do classes and workshops here, I teach people here, don't vent. Don't vent because the people that you're venting to, they may not be on that same page with you.
Well, guess what? So I have found out they weren't on the same page of the same book. They're not in the same library on the same shelf. It would appear I was in The Great Gatsby by F. Scott Fitzgerald. And that person was in Civil Disobedience.
There's only one place you can vent. Well, two places that you can vent. You can go to a Catholic church and you can go in the booth
Sure.
and go to a confessional
Sure.
and you can vent to the priest because the priest don't know you from a can of paint, Right.
Fair enough.
And he or she's just going to sit there and listen to you.
Absolutely.
And they're going to say, go, brother, sister, in peace, whatever, right?
Say 3 Hail Marys
there you go.
and 5 Our Fathers.
And keep it pushing.
And keep it pushing.
Okay.
Gotcha.
The only other place you can vent is down on your knees.
Oh, absolutely.
You can stay down and you can tell God all about it. I must tell Jesus
I must tell
all of my trials. Yeah, you got to tell him. You got to tell him all about it.
Absolutely.
Okay, we don't own the copyrights to that song either, but
Absolutely.
real talk. That's it. Because even in your relationships to your spouse, your significant other, you got to be careful, Vincent, because they don't always want to hear it. And they don't always make that emotional connection. They're like, oh my God, there you go. You're here with it again. So venting is something, I don't know. Put it in the comments. How do you manage that? I understand that sometimes we're overloaded.
Okay.
And we're sharing, we're having dialogue, and we're just gonna let it out. So like the makeup artist, when she came today, we were having a conversation about raising children.
Okay.
And I started sharing with her a recent experience. And I thought about that today, after she left. I said, why was I sharing that with her? I said, because I was full. See what I'm saying? I was full. And real talk, I'm still mad. That's where the venting comes in.
I got you.
Because real talk, you got to keep it a buck with yourself.
Absolutely.
So I'm like, that's not even me. I usually wouldn't even do it. I didn't call any names or anything like that, but we're just talking about scenarios. And I said, why did I do that? Because just like this turtleneck, girl, I'm up to here with you. Okay, you've struck a nerve. You pushed the wrong button, and I'm trying to swallow it. And it's not going down. It's kind of stuck in my throat. And so I'm trying, and the Holy Ghost is trying to, hold me.
Absolutely.
Because I really want to go here. You understand what I'm saying? And I know that's not, that's not holy.
Hey,
that's not right.
You heard what Shirley Caesar said, hold my mule.
Right, that's not right.
Understand.
So I was like, oh, it must be like bubbling over.
Understand.
And I said, that's interesting, because now I really need to go in prayer. And I really need to manage this, because it might take a couple of prayers, like you said, a few Hail Marys, whatever. It's going to take a couple of prayers.
Absolutely.
And it's going to take me really being conscious of where I am with this, because it has a lot to do with loyalty. So I said, was I venting? I said, I don't think I was even aware or in control of it. Next thing, we were talking about one thing led to another before I knew what I was talking about.
Absolutely. Got it.
You see? So, but you were deliberately sharing in what you thought was a confidential setting.
Absolutely.
Now, let me address the repeat and the playback. What would cause said friend to reach out to your ex, sis, let me play this for you? First of all, that's your character. Your character makes you function like that.
Absolutely.
That's not, I don't want to hear about the devil made you do it.
You're messy.
I don't want to hear about, like, she said some things that just, kind of took me there. I don't want to hear that, because you made a conscious decision. You made a conscious decision. It was one thing to have a conversation. But when you made the decision that you were going to breach confidence,
absolutely,
press record, you had an aim in mind. There was a purpose behind the recording.
Sure was.
At some juncture, you're going to play this back.
Of course.
The question is when, under what circumstances, and to whom. It wasn't long. How long was it before your phone rang?
Probably an hour, if that.
Okay. So there you go. The playback and the repeat. People plot. People plan and people scheme.
So this just tells me Satan is always on his job.
Are you okay, though?
Absolutely, I am. You know why? I'm going to tell you why. Because Christ left us a comforter, and that is the Holy Spirit. And I had to get on my knees and ask the Lord, please don't allow me to be upset. Please don't allow me to want to be vengeful. Because again, I go back to Romans chapter 12, verses 19 through 21. I'm not that person. I'm not a fighter. I'm not anything. I began to pray for the people or the person who did this, along with my ex who, again, whether caught in the middle or whatever, I've had to do that. I am looking forward to consecration.
Oh, I hear you.
I cannot
allow
anything
to separate me.
No, I just cannot.
Well, let me tell you something. Oftentimes, like you said, the enemy is busy.
Absolutely.
But, I say this a lot, and I'm far from perfect. But when I say I'm keeping it a buck, what I mean by that is not just I'm keeping it 100.
Absolutely.
I'm not saying anything I'm not willing to repeat.
Come on.
Anything I say about you, I'm not out here talking about people behind their back.
No.
Call me. Mm-hmm. Ring the bell. Because I'll say, yes, I said it. And when you say something that I haven't said, I'm going to say you're lying. That's a lie. That's a lie. And I stand 10 toes on that. That's a lie. You feel me? And so, and if I said it, I'm like, yep, I said it. And let me tell you under what circumstances and in what context I said it. I have always been that kind of person.
Okay.
And now, like I told you all earlier in another episode, back in grammar school, I wasn't. I was intimidated even by people like that, because I hadn't learned how to use my voice. Okay. But you shouldn't feel bad because you said what you said. Like I said, that's what I said.
Absolutely.
Okay, and if you want to call me, we can talk about. That's what I said. I say it again. That's just how it is.
And I did apologize to my ex. There wasn't something in there that I said that wasn't true. I just apologized because for me, I don't like to hurt people. And maybe those things were...
Okay, now you lose to me. How was that hurting her, Miss? You got to explain this.
Well,
I get that.
You know what? For me, or at least for her, I just thought venting to someone who I'm thinking is a friend, I'm saying things that the friend really doesn't know because she doesn't know. She hasn't been there.
Right. She wasn't in the actual day-to-day relationship.
Absolutely. So perhaps as saying those things to her, and she repeated those to my ex, that was a mirror reflection for my ex. Not saying that I was trying to be mean or trying to demean her, because I'm not, or dehumanize her or demoralize her. I am not that type of person. However, I did apologize for not being truthful, because when she brought it to me on last evening, I denied it to the hilt.
Okay.
I denied it.
You got to stand 10 toes down. I said it.
I denied it.
No, you can't do that,
However, because I could not rest well last night, this morning when the Lord woke me up, when I had an opportunity, I did apologize because I should have owned
out the gate
what I said.
Okay, I get that. And where an apology is really due is the man in the middle. The man in the middle who brought this to you, because a dog that bring a bone will carry a bone.
Absolutely.
Feel me? And so it should have been the person that said, here, I brought this to you, because you're not my friend. You're bringing me negativity. We have put closure on whatever was going on, right? And this applies to any situation where there has been closure, and then you have somebody come along that reopens that wound and wants to reset and restage that and reenact that drama.
Man,
that's not friendship. What are you doing? What are you doing? And let me tell you something. I don't allow people to come to me like that. Pastor doesn't either. What do you want? Where'd you get that from? Woo, 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 woo. Ah, boop, boop, boop. Let me stop you. Because like you said, you blessed are the peacemakers.
Yes.
Peacemakers. Are you a peacemaker or are you a peace breaker?
What you said.
You see what I'm saying?
Good.
You see what I'm saying? So no, I get what you're saying. You owe an apology because you didn't own it out the gate.
No.
But definitely let me serve you up this dish. Let me pour up this tea. That's where the mess really started. You're entitled to your feelings. You're entitled to verbalize those feelings. Once you do that, my friends, you do have to own it. You do have to own it. But be careful about who you talk to.
Absolutely.
We live in a very tech savvy, tech-oriented world.
Absolutely.
And the young people are really good at recording these conversations, playing them back, videotaping. That I was telling you about the new glasses.
Yes.
The glasses can take a picture of you.
Yeah,
The glass.
that is amazing.
In that crazy sunglasses. People walk around with sunglasses. Choop, choop, they taking pictures of you. Yeah, answering the phone from their glasses. So we have got, in our generation, we just need to be a little bit more cognizant of all of this technology and how it's working around us.
Absolutely.
Because sometimes it's being used against us. But let's talk about this. Kudos to you.
Okay.
For apologizing for that piece and for owning up to what you really said.
Absolutely.
I mean, I think there's a huge lesson for a lot of people to learn. And that's one of the things we love about Minister Fowler is that you're so transparent. And you want people to learn from your life and from your experience. So I get that. But we got to talk about this loyalty piece.
People don't know anything about loyalty anymore.
I don't think they know the definition of friend. Put it in the comments. What's your definition of friend?
Absolutely. Look
What's your
it up.
definition?
Pull it up in the Merriam-Webster's dictionary. You can get the unabridged version. You get the abridged version. Tell us all about it, because loyalty doesn't fall just in the category of friendship. No, it does not.
We live in a society of people here today, gone tomorrow. In, out. They treat you like the drive-thru and cuss you out in the drive-thru. You don't have no ice cream? How come you don't have no ice cream? The chicken not ready? How come the chicken's not ready?
How come my burger isn't ready? What's happening?
Exactly. And so that's the culture that we live in.
Absolutely.
Of get it ready quick. I'm mad with you. I'm going to tell you off. And so you see people not having any real commitment or loyalty to anybody or anything. We experience it in the church as well. Wow. I know other pastors out there experience it too. You say one wrong thing, or you say something, you don't even have to say anything wrong. Just say something they don't like. Say something that they disagree with. You can disagree with them. You can quote scripture, and I'm out. I'm leaving.
All because of
after you've done, y'all don't want me to talk about it.
Sure we do.
Because we talk about it, we're going to part 2 in this episode.
Okay.
We're going to part 2.
Hey, absolutely.
Because right now, we live in a world where you can bend over backwards for people. You can give them your last. You can pull out coins, cash. You can be there when the chips are down. You can give them a fish, teach them how to fish. You can do everything. And I promise you, they will not be loyal to you. I promise you that.
Wow.
I've seen, I used to hear my pastoral colleagues talk about this, but we're experiencing it too. So we live in a world where, first of all, let me say this, loyalty can't be taught.
Nah, it is not something you can teach people.
Gratitude, appreciation, respect, and friendship cannot be taught.
No.
You can't teach it.
Not at all.
You got to want it.
Man, you just said it. Just right before the show. You have got to want it.
You've got to want to be a good friend. You've got to want to be loyal. You've got to want to honor and respect confidentiality. Girl, I'm done. I'm going to preach a sermon. I'm done. Take it away, Minister Fowler. I'm done. I'm done.
I mean, wow, you have just given a whole synopsis to what has actually happened, and you weren't even there.
It's because we're living through it every day.
Absolutely.
We live in a world where morals and values have changed.
Have they changed, or have they been put in the grave?
I do believe that people in certain generations respect that.
Okay.
Morals, values, and ethics.
Okay.
But it's not necessarily being demonstrated in people's homes like it was when we were growing up.
Absolutely.
And so therefore, people are getting their morals and values from social media.
Social media, the streets, other people who may not.
Pimps, players, hustlers,
and
scammers.
Schemers.
That's where they're getting it from. And they bring all of that wherever they go, to the relationship, to the friendship, to the workplace, to the church, wherever.
Pimps, players, hustlers. Jakers, fakers, the money makers, the shaker bakers.
Well,
oh, my
look,
goodness.
That's all we have time for in this episode. But this is what we want you to do. Put your definition of friendship in the comments. We want to know, what do you think?
Absolutely.
Do you think people are loyal here in the 21st century? Have you experienced that? If you have, we want to congratulate you and we want to honor you.
Absolutely.
Look, also, what do you know about Cinco de Mayo? Put in the comments. We're coming back with all kinds of questions. We're coming back with some of your favorite topics, but this was a doozy.
Absolutely. And make sure also put in the comments, what is truly the meaning of loyalty? Whether you look it up in the dictionary or
what is it?
If you don't have a dictionary, you can Google it. Tell us. But then after you get the authentic version, we want to hear truly in your comments what loyalty means to you.
What it means to you. That's a
friendship
good one.
means to you.
What does it mean?
Absolutely.
Wow. Okay, well, we have you looking things up because knowledge is what?
Knowledge is the key, and this is the place where you want to be. We really, really appreciate you for tuning in to us. This is always a wonderful, wonderful pleasure. And guess what? You keep talking.
Good. We love you guys.
Love you.
See you soon.